So things just go from bad to worse with Duet Night Abyss now. It's no secret that I wasn't the biggest fan of this game on launch, but it looks like things continue to get worse for the game, the developers, and the community here. If you remember, not too long ago, the game had an exploit. Somebody was able to install an exe within the installer that popped up a message basically telling people to go play another game. It was a bit of a troll, but it showed there was some vulnerability around the game and the actual download of the installer itself. We were told that no information was accessed and it was maybe just a surface level issue and it was fixed. And it was basically, it seemed like a non-invasive, non-malicious hack, if you will, if you can call that, because it was somebody just messing around, but it seems like things have got worse. People were having issues with logging in, and now there's been some claims going around which haven't been 100% verified yet, but let's talk about it. So, we can see this post that went up yesterday, 10 a.m. this morning, my apologies, from the Duet Night Abyss devs. Regarding abnormal game login issues, dear Fox Hunter, we have observed that some players are experiencing login failures and error messages when attempting to log in after the game update on March 18th. An urgent investigation and fix is already underway. We sincerely apologise for any inconvenience this has caused. We will distribute compensations once the issue is resolved. Please keep an eye on our recent announcements. And then we got another post from them a few hours later. So they actually worked on things pretty quickly. Regarding abnormal game login issues, dear Fox Hunter, the login issues occurring after the March 18th game update have now been resolved, which is great. You may now log in normally. We sincerely apologise for the inconvenience caused. Thank you for your support and understanding of the Duet Night Abyss compensation. And then they're giving out some compensation and telling you how to claim, basically. But you see there, they just call it an abnormal game login issue. But if we go over to Reddit, now bear in mind, this is Reddit, and this is them posting about here, basically same thing that they posted over on Twitter. But then when you start to look at some of the responses underneath, we do have some responses that are not looking good. So apparently, people are saying there is actually malware within the installer, or there was malware within the installer. Now, as I say, bear in mind, this is coming from Reddit, so this hasn't been verified by the devs or any third parties that I can see. There's just people talking about it and talking about that their posts have been deleted and stuff. I've got no evidence of that as well. But if you look at this here, it says in the quarantine after they've done a scan, detected Trojan MSIL/Umbral Stealer, which I had a little look. Apparently, this is an information scrubbing malware, basically. It's here to get your info, pretty much, which is not fucking good, right? In a video game as well. And this comes at a time where a bunch of games have actually been removed on Steam for containing malware, and apparently Steam are now working on like buffing their security, if you will, and giving some extra layers to that to stop this happening, because it's apparently been happening quite regularly recently. Probably typically small little indie games and games that are free that are probably not really games all, but are containing malicious EXEs, basically. So this is not looking good. Again, if you look at some of these posts here, that we don't know if it's true, right? There's some people just coming up with photos talking about they're uninstalling the game. They don't want to be messing with the game right now. They don't want to log in, which, you know, you can expect. You know, I wouldn't want to log in the game myself at the moment, and it's probably, well, personally, I'd say I wouldn't bother, but I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, right? But let's have a look at this post here. Since my comment got popular, I'd like to remind that these are just info I got from a thread on Steam, and while some of my friends confirmed to the existence of these files, at no moment to declare this is all of it. It might be and might be not. On these situations, you just need to address the company for a proper solution. This is just an extra check for power users not afraid to check their system themselves. And they're basically just going through, checking, doing certain checks to see if potentially something's running in the background on your PC as well here. So again, there's no actual confirmation of this yet. The devs have just basically announced that there was abnormal login issues, but we know the game was compromised prior. So it wouldn't be a massive stretch to think that it had been compromised again. But as I say, these posts are just coming from people on Reddit. We know where Reddit can be sometimes. People like to spread misinfo and just straight up lie. I'm not accusing these people of doing that, of course. But again, as we've had nothing from the developers, because I would think if there actually was a hack, I would have thought that they would have announced it by now. This is all we've got at the moment. But, you know, you've got people responding to it. I saw this actually. I came to find this. I was having a little look on Reddit anyway, but I saw a post from Styx actually that led me to take a look on the subreddit. Sorry. So, as you can see here, people are talking about it. Like this person says, definitely would be a good idea to do a scan. Try and get that shit quarantined, scrub from your PC, get all your details changed as fast as possible. Because as I said, I had a little look on ChatGPT and it said that this was actually a malware to pull your info, basically. So yeah, definitely something to keep your eye out for. It's not a good look on the game. You know, when we go over to the Steam charts, the numbers are not exactly healthy over there, but we obviously know this isn't the only place the game is played as well. But, you know, with a game that's obviously not set the world alight with its launch, right, and is continuing to have these sort of vulnerability issues. Now, as I say, we might come to find out that maybe this is not actually true, right? You know, that this is a fact, but we can only go off the information that we're getting right now. And as soon as I get more information about this, I will let you guys know about it. But important video to get out, I think, to let people know if there are issues and if this is a potential risk. Better to be safe than sorry, right? And then if we find out later on that this isn't the case and it was just another issue on the dev's end, then okay, it's fine. But personally, if I was you at the moment, I wouldn't be messing with the game at all. I'd probably, personally, I'd uninstall it and I'd scan my PC and do what I need to do from there. But again, I'm just saying, we don't know this is a fact. So the best thing to do would probably to do nothing and just keep an eye on your PC, basically, if I was you. And if you're worried, change any important information that you've put on that PC. And that way, then, you can at least attempt to protect yourself in that regard. Again, I'm hearing no information of people on here talking about that they've had other things compromised. I don't know if it's just specifically around the Duet Night Abyss account that it'll compromise your actual Duet Night Abyss account, or it can potentially proliferate through your system and maybe potentially compromise other data that you might have input on that said PC, right? But with anything like this, anytime I have ever been close to worrying about something like this, I change everything. I change absolutely everything. And even if it's like a false alarm, it's always better to be safe than sorry with anything like this. So I would just say to most people, hold off on doing anything with the game, check your PC, and just keep on the info, keep following what's going on over on Twitter, maybe check Reddit. And as I say, as soon as we get more information from the developers regarding this, I will update you guys. But yeah, whatever happens, it's not great that they're having login issues again, but these sort of things happen. That in itself is no major thing, right? But when we start seeing posts like this, starts to become a bit of a worry then, you know? And that the fact that the devs haven't responded to it yet, it's a little bit worrying, or it's just not true. But if it wasn't true, you would hope that the devs might follow up and say, look, you might have heard, because these posts are starting to get traction, right? You know, it's starting to get traction in the actual, in the subreddit itself, and it's also starting to get traction on Twitter as well. So I think it's definitely worth the devs acknowledging it and saying, look, you know, that's a load of crap. Don't believe it. People are just spreading misinfo if that is the case. And if it is the case, then, you know, let people know, because at the moment, all they've said is, yeah, it's fixed. You can log in as normal. There's something nefarious been downloaded for people, then that's something they should know about, right? So they can act upon it and attempt to protect their information, if you will. As I said, I don't know if it would affect everything else or it would just affect specifically their account. I don't know. This is not my area of expertise at all. As I said, I had to have a look upon ChatGPT, and ChatGPT basically said, yeah, it's a let me find exactly what it said it was. Where is he? it said it was, it's a malware disguised as something legit, e.g. crack software, game cheats, fake installers. It's a password/data stealing variant in that category, often classified as a PSW, password stealing ware. It sneaks onto your PC and steals your accounts and personal data. So potentially, here we go. What it does: steal sensitive data, say browser passwords and autofill data. Cookies can hijack sessions like Discord, Steam, etc. Files and credentials on your system. They're typically used to target crypto wallets, gaming accounts, email and social media logins. Can log keystrokes, read clipboard, take screenshots. So yeah, exfiltrate stolen info via internet, sometimes via Discord APIs, and us in the gacha space have known about the dodgy stuff that's been going on recently with Discord bots and script hooks and stuff like that, web hooks. So yeah, definitely worth keeping an eye out on. As soon as I know more about this, whether it's BS or whether it's actually true, I'll let you guys know. And yeah, you can do what you need to do from there. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think down below. This is not a great look. Hopefully, it's not true, and the devs can come out and let people know, yeah, don't listen to that, because that's all we can hope, right? We don't want that to be a thing. I hope it's not anyway, because of obviously people potentially might be affected by it. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Ta-ra.